Hey guys, this is Amber Mellon and welcome to my channel. And today's video is going to be a story time video, but before we get into story time, my name is Amber Mellon. If you're new to my channel, I am a salon loft owner of Vanity and Bello in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. And my channel, and I'm a hairstylist, makeup artist, and my channel is all about just my journey, being an entrepreneur, working for myself, being self-employed. My channel is all about inspiration, motivation, beauty, hair, and all things Amber Mellon life, okay? So yeah, if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload from me. And if you are not new here, then I thank you guys so much. And thank you all who left the wonderful comments about why you subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you guys so much. And I appreciate you guys who are already subscribed who are watching. So everybody, asks me is like, Amber girl, I don't know how you can pay $300 a week, at your loft. Like, girl, why are you doing that? Like, that's really expensive. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, so the reason why I pay $300 a week and why I made this sacrifice to work for myself, to lease my own loft space, is because of very, very, very uncomfortable circumstances and situations. Okay, so basically, the last job that I had before I came into my loft, basically when I went to that job, I thought I had a good thing going. I got the job right on the spot. The owner seen me do a haircut. She was like, you got the job. And it was a commission-based job, and it was 55% commission, which is really, really great, which is kind of unheard of sometimes. 55% commission, you can't get any better than that. So I thought that was very generous of her to do that. And it was mostly cutting men's hair, which I really love and enjoy, because I just feel like men are a little bit more laid back than women, and I just really enjoy fading and just cutting men's hair. I don't know what it is, I just love it. So that was a plus, and we could wear whatever we want to wear. We didn't have to wear a uniform. So I was like, okay, cool. I think I'm going to like this place. I'm going to make more money here, and it had really great hours, okay? So where it all started going south, and I believe it started going south for a reason, is because I believe that was like a pit stop. Amber, I'm like starting to get yours together, girl. I believe that was a pit stop, an in-between time for me doing what it is I'm doing now. But basically what happened is the owner was just really, really super, super nitpicky, like every little single thing, which, okay, you're nitpicky, you're particular, you like things a certain way. I'm down. It's your business. I'm an employee here. I'm gonna do what you ask. But it started to get a little bit too much when she started talking about me making more money than my other coworkers, that I'm working with. Basically what happened is, in front of everybody, she was like, Amber, you need to slow down. You're cutting too fast. You're making more money than everybody. You make the most money in here. I'm pretty much a laid back person. Even when I have a confrontation with someone, I'm still talking in this type of tone that you see me talking to you now. But I can tell you off, in a way like this, where you wish I would have just have cursed you out, instead of just being so calm and telling you about yourself. So basically I wanted to tell her about myself. But, I was raised to be respectful, especially, when I'm in a work environment. But I was really boiling up in the inside, and I had to explain to her that, number one, I'm a hard worker. Number two, I'm not cutting super fast to try to cut every client that walks through the door. My average haircut time. This was a place where it wasn't one of those chop shops where you're expected to give a haircut in like 13 minutes or less. This was a place where you could take your time, talk to the client, do good quality, precise work, which I really enjoyed. And I would say on average I would take about 25-30 minutes, doing a haircut, sometimes 35 minutes. And if a client was really, really picky, maybe sometimes 40, but that's only if they were super picky. The average haircut time, it would take me about 25-30 minutes. That's not trying to take every, client through the door. That's about average. But the reason why she was saying this, because there was another coworker that could not stand that she was so slow. She would take like 40 minutes to an hour on a man's haircut. This is not even a woman's haircut. This is a man's haircut. She would take 45 minutes to an hour, and she didn't like that. So basically she was after me, and she kept going to the owner about me, saying how I need to slow down. And I guess, this owner was also the manager. She did all the payroll and all that. It was not a chain salon. This was like a small family-owned salon. Okay, so she was in charge of everything, and this person was really young. Granted, I don't really, when it comes to experience and age, it just doesn't matter. Okay, if you are overcharging me and you're younger than me, I'm still gonna respect you. Just because that's just how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to treat you bad or try to walk over you or tell you about yourself because you're younger than me. But I do believe that this person, her mom had passed away, and basically this business was kind of like, expected for her to continue on. And I don't really think it was her passion. She used to be in the military, and she just really didn't know anything about, employee and teamwork and communicate. She was a horrible communicator. She was just not for business. She just was not. And for her to talk about my income in front of all of my peers in the shop, I thought was very unprofessional. Okay, so basically, I had to tell her, like, you have one employee that doesn't want to work. There was an employee. He was a guy, and he was super sweet, super nice, super funny, but he was super lazy. This guy did not want to work. He would, go to lunch and say, "Oh, I have to go home because something didn't sit right with my stomach." He would not come in because he's like, "Oh, I went out of town the other day, and I'm sleepy. I can't keep my eyes open." He would get tired and be like, "Oh, Amber, I'm going to pass up this haircut. You can take it." He would go in the bathroom. He was one of those stylists that go to the bathroom every time a client walks in because he didn't want to take it because he didn't want to work because he was being lazy. Yeah, that's what kind of employee he was. And so, I'm there to make money, especially when this is going to be more income versus my other jobs. I mean, I'm here to take advantage of it, to make the most of it. So that's what I was doing. And I was just doing everything this manager asked me to do. And I was, she was nitpicky about cleaning up. She would be telling me that I need to do this and I need to do that when I'm already doing it, when I'm already cleaning up. She acts like I don't know, like she has to tell me every little single thing. And meanwhile, I'm the only black person too working at this shop, and I'm seeing all these other employees that are not doing half as near what she says to do. I don't know if it's because she was scared of them or because she felt like they were more trusting. I don't know. So then, she hires another girl, and basically this girl had an addiction. I could tell she was on something. Basically, I could tell I'm just flat out saying she was on drugs, and she took a break after every client. Every time she finished a client, she would go out and take a break and be gone. And she was really sloppy looking. She didn't look kept up. Her pants were falling down. She was showing her butt, and her crack and everything was showing. This girl was just really not professional, not put together at all. And this owner / manager never said anything to this girl, never. And she was still coming on me. She would if I had if say I draped a client and a little bit of his knee was showing, she would come and cover it, or be like, "Amber, you need to do this. Amber, did you taper enough? Amber," she was just standing on my neck. And I'm a person, I don't mind pressure. I work well under pressure, but I definitely don't like anyone standing on my neck and watching me. And that's basically, what she was doing. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, everybody just gets to do what they want to do. And I basically had to call her out, and I just said it. I'm like, do you not trust me? Is it because I'm black, because I'm the only black person here. I'm doing everything you asked me to do. I'm doing my best. And if you keep standing on my neck, basically, I'm going to quit. That's what I told her in a really nice way. And she was just like, "Oh, Amber, how could you say that? I'm not racist, Amber." But it seemed like it. And so one of the employees there that is a friend of the family, the whole family that owns the business, she had to talk to her and tell her, if you have something to say to Amber, don't discuss her pay in front of everybody, don't discuss how much she makes or how many people she's cutting in front of everybody. You need to take her to the back. If you have something to say to Amber, you know, you need to take her back there, because basically it's for skills, technical skills. I was the best one there. You know, everyone else was struggling, and I was reliable. I was dependable. You know, I showed up to work on time. So of course, you know, she definitely didn't want me to quit. Okay, so she kind of backed off, but I think this is when it started like really going downhill. Was when I think in January she decided that it was either January or February, she decided that we were going to, and I think I had only been working here like maybe 4 months, like not that long. I started in October, okay, and it was January. She decided that she was going to take us off commission and she was going to put us on hourly. Okay, I don't like that, but okay, I was like, okay, maybe the hourly might not be too bad. So basically, the hourly that she decides to do, she basically cut my pay in half by 50%. Like 50% is a big chunk, okay? She decided to change, you know, how much money we make, and I really had problems with that, because it was like her shop was busy. Like from the time I got there, from 9:15, we opened at 9:30 till 7 o'clock. We were busy straight through, and the hourly she gave us was laughable, and especially for how nitpicky she was, everything she required us to do. And this place had cameras. It was not a comfortable working environment. It was almost like working at a concentration camp. I mean, that's a little extreme, but I mean, she was basically just like watching every single thing that we do. She had like cameras in there that had audio that could hear what you're saying. You know, it was a small little place, and she had like 5 cameras in there with audio to watch what you do. And then she had her like, you know, other employee that was in with the family that would like go back and watch everybody and tell what everybody does. And it was just very uncomfortable. And so I was like, you know, this is too much. You know, this is not a good this is not a good working environment. And now you're cutting my pay in half. And then right after that, she had us to sign a non-compete agreement, which was like, okay, you doing too much. First you're gonna be picky and single me out in front of everybody. Then you're gonna cut my pay by 50%. And now you're gonna make me sign a non-compete agreement. So what this girl came up with was, if we quit or got fired voluntarily or involuntarily, we were not allowed to work at any other shop, any other barbershop or salon that has to do with hair for a year within, I think she had 10 miles of her shop. No, first she had 20. I got her to bring it down to 10. But I'm like, 20 miles, girl? That is ridiculous. For a year, I was like, you know, I don't feel comfortable signing this, because, you know, I have dreams. I have ambitions. I'm not saying I'm about to open up a salon tomorrow, but you just never know down the road. And basically, when I moved to the city that we moved into, Chapel Hill, you know, I had been working here for like already about like 4 years, and basically you're telling me like I need to go work somewhere else. You know, I had moved on the outskirts, like about 30-40 minutes away, and it's that kind of town I live in is cheaper living. So we moved out there for cheaper living, but that's not really the place where you want to, you know, try to find work. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna pay you what you want. It just wasn't that type of city. So where the money is like Durham, Raleigh, Cary, and for me, Chapel Hill was the closest commute as far as like, you know, finding a good job. So I'm like, no, I don't want to sign this. This is like too much. But she was like, Amber, you need to sign it, or basically you don't work here anymore. And she didn't even give me like a week to think about it, a month to think about it. She basically gave us like 24 hours. So it was either sign it and keep your job, or you don't sign it and you quit and you have to go somewhere else, okay? So I signed the darn thing because basically I didn't have, you know, I could have went somewhere else, but I didn't. I don't really like to keep, you know, hop into different shops. I'm not one of those employees that's a shop hopper. I like to stay. I like stability. So I stayed there, but meanwhile I had a plan. So in the summertime, so that's when I found out about Salon Lofts, okay? So I found out about Salon Lofts during this time, and I knew that the Salon Lofts wasn't going to be open until the summertime, until June. So from February to June was like a long time to wait to start, to saying peace, goodbye, I'm tired of this, I'm not putting up with this anymore, and to start doing my own thing. So summertime comes, and oh my gosh, it is like working at a freaking dry cleaners. Picture working at a barbershop, and it's with a dry cleaners environment, like the heat, the steam, the stickiness. That's basically how it was working at her place, because this girl did not have an AC unit. Okay, she had fans. Fan is not AC. And I told this girl, I was like, look, I'm sweating. I have sweat pouring down my stomach, my back. It is super, super hot in here. Can you get an AC unit? She was just like, we do have AC, Amber. And I was like, that is not an AC unit. That is a fan. A fan does not blow cold, antifreeze, air conditioning, cool air. It just blows, it just circulates hot air. It's not AC, it's a fan. So she was trying to cool us off with like 3 fans. I'm telling you, it would get like, I know it would get like at least over 75 degrees in there. I know it felt like 80 degrees in there. It was so hot. And after, people kept complaining, she put ceiling fans in the place, but the ceiling fans weren't enough either, because all it was doing was circulating hot air. And I'm telling you, I would have hair stuck to my chest. I was breaking out in bumps all over my chest because of hair. I was just covered in hair because the fans were circulating. When I tell you, it would be so hot to where I would almost feel like nauseous, like I need to go home, like I don't want to be there. That's what type of work environment this girl was having us to work in. She was just not involved like in the business like she needed to do. She could not do hair. She wasn't a good communicator. When you would call her or text her, she would never answer. She would always respond like a day or two later, or she would tell this one girl, her buddy friend who knows her mom and everything, she would tell her to relate to us, but she would never like head on deal with stuff. And this girl was buying like, Hattori Hanzo shears. And if you are a hairstylist, you know what Hattori Hanzo shears, the cheapest shear is $600. This girl, I seen her buy like $2,000 worth of Hattori Hanzo shears. But you don't even cut hair. You're not even at the business. And you buy $2,000 worth of cutting shears, and you can't even get an AC for your employees so they won't be sweating and pass out and feel nauseous and have hair sticking to them. Girl, I was like, I'm done. I am done working for people. I know it's going to be a sacrifice. I know it's going to be hard, but I'm willing to do whatever I got to do, because I'm just tired of putting up with this. Because any job you go to is always going to be something. No matter how great it is, it's going to be something. And even when you work for yourself, it's not going to be all peaches and cream. It's going to be something, but at least it's your something. You know what I'm saying? At least you have somewhat variable control of what that something is. But just working for her, and then she was short staffed because she was just super nitpicky about everything. She didn't know how to, she just wasn't cut out for being a manager or owner of a business. She just wasn't cut out for it. And so people were quitting, they were leaving because she wanted you to work crazy hours. This girl wanted you to work 5-6 days a week from 9 to 7. Okay, and we were busy. I could see if this was like a slow place and you needed to work 6 days because it was so slow. No. I was cutting like at least 13 to 20 heads a day. Okay, and this girl wanted to give me a low wage. She didn't want to get AC. She didn't want to reward us. She didn't want to give us a raise. She basically just treated us like slaves, basically. And then she just nitpicked us to death. And then she expected us to take clients like 15, 20, 30 minutes after. Like, I will go out of my way and above and beyond for a company when I see that they're appreciating me. But no, she didn't appreciate me. So that is why I had to get out of there, girl. And, when I left, I mean, it just felt so good and rewarding. And after I left, I was just like, holy crap, you know, this is different. I'm not working for anyone. I'm responsible for myself. If I don't bring in the money, I'm not going to make money. But it was totally worth it, okay? Because that working environment, that whole experience of being singled out, of being, you know, negatively looked at because I was a black, and maybe she's had bad experience with black employees, and she just put that stigmatism on me. She was always singling me out. She was talking about how much money I make and how many clients I cut, and then she cut my pay by 50%, and then she made me sign a non-compete agreement, and then she didn't have no AC in the place, and she had me working in a dry cleaner's environment cutting hair. I don't think so. Now, you know, I'm not down anyone who works at dry cleaners, but y'all know that a real dry cleaners, like the real dry cleaners back in the day that I used to go to, girl, was super hot. Like every window, every door has to be open, and that's what it felt like during the summertime, and I just couldn't take it no more. And I just knew when I left that place, even though I would try to find another place, it would be the same, because then you have other hairstylists who you come in and, you know, they're intimidated by their insecurities, and they think that you think that you're all that, and they don't like you for no reason, or they try to get you in their clique, and when you don't want to be in their clique, they didn't want to shun you and talk about you and hate on you. And then you have people that is, you know, waiting for you to mess up, waiting for you to do one wrong thing so they can go back and tell the manager what you did, and then the manager gets to play around with your hours and your money. No, I don't got time for that. I can just bust my butt and torture myself and work hard for myself. So that is my story time for today. I hope you guys, ladies, enjoyed the story time. Let me know if you want more story time. Yeah, that's what made me open my lock, girl, because I was just tired of it. That was my fed up moment. When you have your fed up moment in life, like I've had it, I've had enough, you will do what you gotta do to have what you want to have. You will sacrifice what you need to sacrifice to have what you want later, and I promise you it will come. Because when she cut my pay by 50%, girl, that made me cry. Like, I was just so upset because I had left this place that was barely paying me, you know, what I was making at this new job. It was way worse, and then here I am at a new situation. I think I got a good thing going on, and then you cut my legs off and set me back 5 more steps. And not only do you do that, but you create a hostile working environment, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, girl. So yeah, that's why I'm working for myself now. And comment below, let me know what you think about the storytime video. Let me know if you want to see more storytime videos. And I love you all, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.